What's up, guys and gals? It's Jimmy P here, back again with another guitar video. This one is just the SG G1275. This is actually my own. This is nobody else's but mine. So basically, the story with this one, since with the quarantine series here, we're going to continue with this. This one was a gift to my mother. This one was a spontaneous buy. It was back in 2007 is when she bought it for me, which is crazy, I know. And at the time, they were like listed for $900. And I was thinking, really, why are you going to spend that much money on a gift? For me, I mean, I was not expecting it. And what really was the thing was the whole idea behind it is that I was starting to get into Coheed. Not starting, but I was kind of like into Coheed, and they came out with an album that was called Good Apollo, Burning Star 4. I was watching a DVD that I had, and he was playing a SG double neck. But this one, his was the Gibson version, and there is definitely a difference between the two, which I'll go over here. But I saw that they had these listed on Musician's Friend for $900. I just don't know why. I felt like I needed to have it. Of course, I can't play like him or anything like that, but it's just one of those spontaneous buys that my mom gifted for me for Easter of '07. So from looking back in the serial number here, it is saying that it was made in July of '06 in a Korean factory through Epiphone. And it says it's a limited edition Epiphone custom shop. At the time, it was $900, so back in '07, nothing was really that expensive. But now I've seen that they have listed for the same one. This time, the new one is in, has gold hardware instead of nickel plated like I have. So anything you see that is nickel plated, like the pickup covers, the tuners, and the bridges and everything like that, and all the hardware is gold now, and currently they're listed for $1,100. So they were a limited run back then. Now they're starting to make more again, so that's what I've looked at now. Yeah, it's got the inlays are parallelogram. It's a tongue tire. Parallelogram inlays. So instead of the trapezoid inlays or block inlays, which I find pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty awesome. It's actually, there's only 20 frets. So instead of your extra frets that you get up here is 24, usually, or for like metal guitars and stuff like that. It's usually 22 frets for your average guitar. I think the reason why they had this shorter is because of the scale length that they wanted to accomplish. I don't know, it's just, I thought it was kind of odd why it was only 20 frets. And the scale length is actually 24 3/4. So yeah, it's a little bit shorter than your average, like 25.5 scale. I tell you what though, this thing is beefy. It's all solid mahogany. It's just painted alpine white, just set in neck. There's no bolt on. So as you can see, and I'll have other close-ups too of it, there's just one tab here for your guitar strap. But yeah, all solid mahogany. Like I said, it's super heavy. It's a 12-inch radius of the neck. The neck is actually a 60s slim taper D is what they called it. It feels pretty good. It actually does feel kind of slim. It's not super beefy. I think the most of the weight is definitely in the body. So that's where it's like, oh, I actually had to get a comfortable strap because it's like a gel-like strap. Because I can only play this guitar for like a couple songs and I'm just done because of how heavy this thing is. I mean, really. There's a lot of players though that play it. Of course, to name a few is like Don Felder, Jimmy Page, of course. Let's see who else. Frank Hannon of Tesla. He's a guitar player for them. Just to name a few. Again, it's not like these are totally new. They've been around for a while, and since the 70s at least, from what I understand. But with this specific one, it was pretty cool. I definitely was not expecting to get it as a gift, and it's truly a unique piece. It's actually just kind of like a novelty to have, I guess. But at the same time, I adore it. I'll never get rid of it because of the fact that I never thought I'd own a double neck. But every time I play it, I get great reviews or I get told how awesome it is. I should bring it out more, that kind of thing. So it's not like, it's definitely a conversation piece. Let's just say that. Again, it's just like a regular guitar. It's just one's a 12 and then the other's a 6. So it's a total of 18 strings. So does it gent? I don't know. I never gent with it because usually you got like those people that have like 7 strings on up. Okay. The only thing is when I got this in the mail, I had to change a thing on it, just one thing, and I actually had to change the tuners on the 6-string. And the reason why is because some of the tuners, since these are plastic, these basically they broke in shipping, and I wasn't going to return it back to get a whole different one, and you know, it's stupid nonsense. Where it's something I could easily fix. Yeah, take the hit, whatever. But I actually upgraded these to the Grover. Yeah, there's called Grover Deluxes, which give it that look, the same type of like vintage style tuner. So that way it would match. I don't plan on upgrading these, the 12-string, because I really don't find the necessity to, because I don't play it much. They still feel good anyway. It's not like the strings are going out of key. They're actually very touchy. So as soon as I need to tune it to where I need to tune it, it's very on demand. It's like very on point with the tuning. But they feel solid. I mean, I'll give it that. So that's why I never bothered changing those. But again, I just wanted to change these. You can see that there's a different color on the Grover ones, because these are showing a little bit like of a different color compared to the green, like they're kind of like a green tint though. But you know, it gives it a little more uniqueness to it. To me, honestly, it just gives it my own. But again, nothing else I upgraded at all. Everything is stock. The pickups are just Alnico classic pickups is what they call it. From what I understand through the how these were made. You got your regular speed knobs, not like the classic ones like the Gibsons would have. Just the regular ones that you can see with the numbers on it. Not like a special type of like a vintage volume knob or tone knob. You got your switches here. You probably just heard that. So these switches here control. This one specifically controls these pickups, and then this one controls these pickups, and then there's this third one here that actually control which guitar part do you want, like the 6-string or the 12, or both at the same time, really. So that's what's cool. So with this one being down, right now it's on this guitar, and then with it being in the middle, okay, there we go. So you got, both are on right now. So you got, it's crazy. And then of course you just got the solid one on top here with the 12. If you want to put it in the middle, you can actually just give it like a little bit of like a droning sound. So it's like an open E. So it's pretty kind of cool. I've seen most players use it, the 12-string, with definitely giving some sort of dynamic and fullness to their songs. You know, I've seen that done before. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a conversation piece. I was gonna try to upgrade to the straps that I use with all my other guitars, but I felt like this right now is working because it's padded. It's kind of stretchy, so it gives it some give, so that way I'm not completely killing myself when I'm playing this on stage. Open up the pocket. The pocket of the electronics with the volume knobs and the pots, they look pretty solid. I think they're like, they kind of look like the CTS pots that I mentioned in the previous videos before, but I think they're by Alpha, I think. So it might be like a Korean or Chinese made pot, but I know the CTS pots are pretty much American made from what I understand. Yeah, those pots, they seem like everything's like legit. Some of the soldering is not like blotchy or anything. It seems like it's pretty clean with the electronics and the wiring. So I'll have to give props to Korea for that. What the difference is with the Gibson and the Epiphone versions of this specific guitar, I know that the tail pieces here that hold the strings, on the Epiphones they're way down longer onto the body, where it has more string space between the bridge and to the tail piece. I know that they make it like that, whereas the Gibsons, they're up more farther to closer to the bridge. And I don't know if it's something that how they want to make it or whatever, but I haven't really experienced any type of difference between what it would sound like. Again, it is what it is. I've had this guitar since '07. So I mean, this guitar really is 13 years old. I've had it for that long. The Alpine, I'm kind of impressed with the Alpine White, that the fade is hardly there. With like some guitars over time, they kind of like fade into a cream color if it was like specific Alpine White. I know that there's some worn marks from me, kind of maybe some of the wood that's being shown, but other than that, it's definitely held up pretty nicely. There's no warping of the pick guard as far as I know. So most of its life has been in the case. That's how they discolor, not specifically through like being out or at the bars, and that does have effect on them. But mainly, like with this being in the case, I know that some finishes that they use, some lacquer finishes or nitro, they tend to discolor in a sense. So with it being in the case most of its life, I'm kind of impressed with the fact that it's not any type of cream color. It's still Alpine white, and that's pretty cool to me. However, it's still pretty clean. It's not like rusty or oxidized in any way. So again, I kept this guitar pretty pristine as much as I could possibly in its case. I recently just used it for a show back in like September, October, something like that. So I restrung it. I actually cleaned up the frets because the frets were all getting all oxidized, and I cleaned them up to shine them up a bit. There's not really much fret buzz. If there is, I think it's still because of the strings. It's been a while since I picked this up, since probably like September, October. But I mean, the action on it still feels good as I left it before, so I know I had to get those adjusted for sure. So yeah, here's a couple sounds. I'm gonna try to play what I can play. It's just to demonstrate what the pickups sound like, or what it sounds like. And I'm only gonna be on the bridge pickup, so I'm not really gonna give you much neck pickup. But here we go. We're gonna try something here. Guitars on. Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely novelty guitar, but again, I love using it when I can. Again, it's fun to come out with this and everyone's faces when they see it, like, oh my gosh, you actually have a double neck, especially for around my local area. I mean, most of the guitar players around here, they don't have any type of like double neck like this or something else, you know. But for me, yeah, I got a double neck. Again, it was gifted to me in '07, so it's 13 years old. I love the thing. I'll never get rid of it. So is my little story on the guitar. So it's pretty cool. I think it is. So I hope maybe if you guys like it, you know, comment below. Thanks for looking up the video. I hope you like it. If you like, make comments, you know, like it, give it a like and subscribe. Click the link in the bell. You know, so we're gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna have recording more. So if you see me looking like I have the same kind of outfit on, it's because I'm trying to continue with most of these stories and guitars. Thanks again. I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you in the next one. See you then.